On a scale of 1 to 10, stroke consistency. Being consistent is the granddad of all strategies. Be consistent. Stroke placement, mastering spins, applying the proper trajectories over the net, harnessing power is kind of more important to a lot of the guys. They tend to overcut things a little bit. Utilizing zonal tennis. Let's go through zonal tennis for a sec. Air zone. This is going to help you limit unforced errors. But when your child is 8 to 10 feet behind the baseline, they should be hitting 8 to 10 feet over the net. When they're on the baseline, about 4 feet. And when they're inside the court, 2 to 3 feet over the net. The air zone, or the height over the net, is dictated by where they're standing. That's important. The other side is the court zones, which is an old concept. But there's offense, neutral, defensive court zones that our players, our kids have to abide by the laws of offense, neutral, defense. The crazy ones go for offense, and offense, right? They gotta. It's funny when kids do these kind of evaluations. They go, "I have a great forehand. I'm giving you a 10." And then we watch them on the court, and they do have a 10 off a short ball. They can come in and crush a short ball perfectly. But now you give them a mid-court neutralizing ball, and they're still trying to kill a winner. And you give them a defensive ball, and they're still trying to kill a winner. So in their mind, they're great at forehands. But any educated coach says, you only have 1 of 3 of the forehands. You only have offense. You don't have neutral or defense yet. So that's going to be good. Confidence in your A plan, B plan, C plan. Again, if you're like most of the kids that do these workshops, you probably don't practice your B plan very much, or your C plan. So make sure we spend a little bit of time doing that too. Okay? But I must say, a lot of times parents are at fault. They only want their kids playing better kids. A funny story about playing up is when Sam Query was younger, in one of my little junior groups, I had another parent say, if you make my kid play Query, we're leaving. We're not coming back, he doesn't try. We don't want to be here. And so Query goes off to be touched anymore. So you never know. But I want you guys to practice, have your kids practice against all different levels, okay? The players that mentioned they don't like playing moon ball pushers. What I recommend doing with you guys is pick 2 or 3 kids in the area that are moon ball pushers. Call them on the phone, even though you hate them. Jeez, I want. Play it. If you can't do that, hire an older, like high school girl, pay her whatever, 10, 20 bucks an hour, and say, look, be the most annoying moon ball pusher ever. And that girl will push, and then your kid has to run the patterns. Okay? A lot of this stuff is pretty basic. I'm going to kind of skim a little bit down. The 4 short ball options. We're going to cover that a little bit later. Let's go through. When you get a short ball on the court, you can crush a winner, do an approach shot volley, roll the short angle side door shot, or do a drop shot. And you want your players to know what they're best at, second best at, third best at. But also the opponent dictates your short ball options. If you're playing a great retriever and you're coming in doing approach shots or crushing it, that's stupid. You gotta be running short ball, side door options, and short ball, maybe drop shot options against little pusher retrievers. If you ever notice at the higher levels, the retrieving girls or guys, they serve and they jump back 3 steps. Say, oh, face this way. They serve, and they go, okay, commence. They go up. Well, if you're crushing it hard and deep, they're going to go, thank you. Right? And then they do that. We're going to cover that in the course a little bit later. Last thing we'll cover with this is the 4 causes of errors. It is part of the mental game. But one of the e-booklets that we have out on Kindle, Amazon, whatever, is the match chart collection. And this is one example of a chart. It's cause of error chart. It's really simple. These are made simple so any beginning tennis parent can do it. Cause of error chart is 4 columns. It's the error was caused by bad fundamentals. Or the error is caused by bad movement and bad spacing of the ball. Or the error is caused by improper shot selection. Like, Jonah, when you came, you talked about being reckless. Remember when you came to California? And I use that, I steal that all the time. I use it all the time. You're being reckless. Jonah should be being reckless. And he was there last summer, and I still tell all the kids about how reckless they are. So it's improper shot selection. That can cause errors. And the fourth is emotional instability or not doing between-point rituals, and that can cause errors too. So it's really meaningful that if you give your coach a chart that says he's making all of his errors off of crazy shot selection, that's going to help the coach a lot. At the higher level, the most common error is overcooking shot selection. It's not bad form anymore. Yeah, like Amazon or going to Tennis Brand Solutions. It might even be on, I'll check. Or just grabbing Jimmy Cordero, send me one. You guys get it though? It's really important, I think, that your children know what's the cause of the error. That's the first step in fixing it.
So do we rate like have knowledge of why you made the error? Like, I'm a bit confused. Like, what do you actually rate yourself for?
Well, you would have a sheet of paper, and you just put a little check mark. Every time you see an error that's caused by crazy shot selection, check that column. If the error is caused by bad movement and spacing to the ball, then you check that column. Or if it's just bad form, check that column. The funny thing for me, when we were doing this in different countries, I won't mention the countries, but we did this chart with a bunch of players, and the number one cause of error is inappropriate shot selection. But then the coaches went right back on the court doing form. But form wasn't the cause. It was crazy shot selection. So, anyway.